What's up, YouTube? It's Dear coming to you with another video, and today I had a short message that I want to share with you guys. I told y'all I would try to post more often, but I guess I'm gonna post whenever I can. I'm not gonna hold myself to trying to post every day because I'm not gonna be in an everyday post mood. So this is the message I have for y'all for today. I'm learning to let go of my attachment issues. I guess I have them because I always try to hold on to what brought me peace and love at one point. But when that peace and love turns into pain and confusion, I tend to have a hard time letting go. I do this because I don't want to be alone, and also that person or situation took up space in my mind or a part of my life. When that person or situation is gone, I'm left feeling the emptiness of that spot, and it hurts because I carry so much love for it, and it played a part of my daily life. Also because I used to believe that I couldn't find anything better than what was lost. I didn't realize this gave me a chance to find something even better to replace it. But I have to learn it's not going to happen overnight. I shouldn't go looking for it. I have to learn to be patient, and if something is really meant for me, I won't lose it. I never miss out on anything, and I have everything I need now to make me happy. And I have everything I need that will lead me to where I want to be in life. I have to learn to make the best out of what I have, and to use the tools God gave me to become successful in my life. I'm learning that if I'm looking for happiness, that means I'm finding reasons not to be happy right now, when I should be enjoying where I am at in life and what I have. Everyone has a path, and I'm exactly where I need to be in life right now. I might be doing things different from other people my age. I might be in different situations from other my age. But I'm doing the things the way I'm supposed to be doing, and the situation right now is making me and building me into everything I need to become in life. God has a funny way of revealing our true self to us. He also has a funny way of teaching us life lessons. Life can be our greatest teachers. Certain situations can show you who you really are. It also can show and teach you lessons if we are aware of why things are happening. Things happen for a reason. Even though they might hurt us at first, that's not the only reason it happened. Sometimes we need to learn something, and how can you learn it without experiencing it? How would you take it serious if it didn't hurt you? We can have a love-hurt relationship with pain. At first, we hate it because it makes us feel down or ruins our day. But if we take time to heal from our pain and be aware of why it's happening, and be aware of why it's happening, learn that it's happening for a higher purpose, we will love that pain in the future, because that same situation can become our greatest blessing. That pain can push you into making important changes. It can help you grow stronger. It can push you out of your comfort zone and push you into doing things that you've never done before. And that can help you build your confidence. That pain can also cause you to work harder so you can become your best self. That pain can also cause you to work harder so you can get better things for yourself. Pain has a few negative side effects, like it will hurt our emotions, or it can hurt you physically. But that pain has so much more positive benefits as well, like I just listed earlier. I'm learning not to run from my emotions, not to run from my pain. I'm also learning to face situations head on, even if I'm ashamed or have guilt behind it. Even if it hurt me, because how can I learn if I didn't feel these things? How could I grow if this didn't happen? I'm also learning that forgiveness is important in life, not only towards others, but towards ourselves. In order to accept and to be at peace, we have to forgive ourselves, because at that time we acted or responded the best way we knew how to at that moment. People were raised differently, and people have different experiences. We also have to respect and accept how they respond and act, because that's all they know as well. We can't beat ourselves up over past mistakes, because nothing is ever a mistake. Sometimes things have to happen that way to bring certain situations into play in the future. Obstacles can be our greatest blessings in disguise, or we can repeat those same obstacles but in different forms until we learn the lesson. Once we learn the lesson, we will get rewarded with something. But how could we get rewarded if there is no test? Everything eventually balances out if we have an open mind, open heart, and remain positive. Also, it takes patience. We won't be rewarded overnight. We have to put in the work. Sometimes we have to wait until everything plays out. There's a time and place for everything, but remember, you are never late for a blessing. God is always on time. Whenever we need it, God will make sure we have everything we need. I'm also learning that when a situation causes us to feel empty, don't rush to replace that feeling. Don't replace it with drugs or alcohol, or don't try to cover up that pain or feeling. Allow yourself to feel that emptiness. Allow it to remain emptiness. Listen to how that emptiness makes you feel. Become one with it instead of reacting out of hurt, because that will only cause more pain and hurt. Like I said earlier, this emptiness can give us a chance to create a new version of ourselves. That emptiness can grow into our greatest strength. That very same emptiness can push you into becoming everything you wanted to be in life. But first, we just needed to get rid of whatever's holding us back. And that thing that left you feeling empty can be the very thing that was holding you back. Everything happens for a reason. We just have to keep our heads up and our faith strong. Life is what we make it. Don't let certain situations or your emotions determine who you are or what kind of life you have. Your thoughts can create your reality. So if something gets you down, speak positive on yourself. Take time to see how you can make yourself better. How can you grow from this? Don't beat yourself up or talk down on yourself, because it will only make you feel worse, and it could create more situations based off your pain. Instead, create greatness. Plant new healthy seeds. Water them with putting effort and believing in yourself. Give it time, and when it's time, you will harvest the fruits of your labor. A healthy mind and a positive mind bears good fruit, while a negative mind bears bad fruit. So, I also, whenever you go through something, I got me a journal. You can journal and write down. That's what I was reading from. I was reading this book also too. So that's where I learned that whenever something makes you feel emptiness, instead of running from it, you have to sit there and accept it. I didn't read the rest of it, what it said, because once I read that, it gave me an idea, and once I got an idea, I just started to journal, and what I just read is what I journaled down. So sometimes pain situations can lead into your greatest ideas. Like I just said, sometimes life can be a teacher as well, but you also can be a teacher. Your emotions and your feelings can teach you as well, but you don't have to always look at your emotions and your feelings as a negative way. Sometimes we have to sit down and say, okay, this is happening for a reason. What is the reason? What is life trying to teach me? What is God trying to teach me? So once we are aware that things happen for a reason, and once we have the self-awareness of how we can become better, and how we always don't have to look at things from a hurt standpoint, because life is not always about pain. Life is really what you make it. So you can allow something to get you down, to keep you down, or you can allow something to get you down and it can shoot you, and you can shoot yourself back up like a rocket. Because sometimes we have to fall before we can fly, and sometimes that fall can be the very thing that help us grow our wings and fly. So it's just like, I'm learning to be more positive. I'm learning to, just instead of reacting a certain way, I want to be able to talk to myself about my emotions. I want to see how I feel and why do I feel this way. I'm getting into psychology and why the mind works and everything. So everything happens for a reason. Our mind works our mind works a certain way for a reason. But if we take time to learn ourselves and see why we are the way we are, it makes life easier for us, because life is really about self-discovery, finding out who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, how can you tell what kind of life you want to have? How can you tell if your dreams are your dreams if you don't even know who you are? So right now, I feel like my greatest thing, or the thing I'm working on, is like learning about who I am. Because if I don't know who I am, whose life am I living it? So I want to be able to live my life the way I want to live my life. I want to be able to know who I am and why I am this way for a reason. So yeah, so if anybody out there need help with their feelings and emotions, this is a great book. He also has a book called The Power of Now. also has a book called The Power of Now, and honestly, books have become my my best friend, because whenever I go through something, I get a book and I read it. And sometimes I don't always finish the book right off the bat. Sometimes I'll stop reading the book and then I come back, or something direct me to come back to that book. And it's like, like I said, sometimes we have to wait till certain situations play out. So in order for me to understand what this book was talking about, like the don't rush to feel the emptiness, like allow yourself to feel the emptiness. In order for me to understand what he was talking about, I had to experience something first. So that experience brought me to this book, and it made it easier for me to understand, okay, don't let this get me down. Allow myself to feel it. Allow myself to see how can I grow. And he also talks about sometimes the emptiness is where creativity is formed. So like I said, I got this idea to write down my feelings in my journal, and sometimes my journal is my greatest teachers as my greatest teacher as well. So whatever I learned that it's best to share with others, because you never know who's really out there going through the same thing. And if God blesses me with information to help myself, it's always good to share with others, because he'll keep blessing you with knowledge, blessing you with more wisdom. And that's the thing I want the most, honestly. I want to learn, I want to grow, I want knowledge, I want wisdom, because without knowledge and wisdom, how are you able to understand life? How are you able to understand the signs and symbols that God is showing you? Because God can show us signs and symbols and throughout life. He can show us signs with the sky, with the birds, and with nature and our surroundings. But how can we be aware of that if we don't have the knowledge and the wisdom to understand that? Because God is all about knowledge and wisdom. Like the universe was formed off sacred geometry, math, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it shows you that God has a powerful mind. In order to understand God's powerful mind, we have to grow our mind to be powerful just like him. And God is within us. So the more we unlock, the more knowledge and wisdom we unlock, it's like the more God-like self we unlock, you know? So I hope this helps somebody, and hope everybody stay positive, and remember to don't allow certain situations to determine who you are. Just, you determine who you are. So always try to make the best positive move. Even though life is not always rainbows, sunshine, and butterflies, it can be what you make it. So even though something has you down today, tomorrow, let tomorrow be a better day. If something has you down, don't allow it to keep you down. Just got to get back up.